Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class we were talking about we were discussing about the sample paper and we have seen up to question number 35. Now let us move on and try to solve the questions from the question number 36. As you can see here students, the question is that in which of the following group of organism blood flows through the heart only once during one cycle of passage through the body. So here in this question students, what you will find that there are group of organisms are given and we have to look that the blood is flowing through the heart, and out of all these organisms in which the blood will flow through the heart once during the one cycle of the passage through the body. Now you will find the group of organism which is given here is rabbit, parrot and turtle. Second one, frog, crocodile, pigeon. Third one, whale, labio, penguin. Fourth one, shark, dogfish and stingray. These all are the option students. So what you will find that rabbit is a mammal only. Even in the parrot and turtle, we do not find that only once the cycle of the passage passes through it. Frog, crocodile, and pigeon, absolutely not, because frog and crocodile it's a reptile itself. Crocodile is that reptile which consisting of the four chamber of a heart. Whale is a mammal itself. Shark, dogfish and stingray. Yes, this is what these all are fishes only. They are the aquatic organism, and these are having this is since it is having only two chambers, that's why the heart the blood flows through the heart only once during the cycle or during the cycle of the passage through the body. So here the answer will be shark, dogfish, stingray. This is what this will be the organisms which used to make the blood flows through the heart once during one cycle of passage through the body. What is the common between extensive network of blood vessels around the wall of alveoli and in the glomerulus of nephron? So what is the common here? See, many times this question is also asked student, although this is an objective one, but even the subjective also it is asked that what is the difference between that of the alveoli or blood vessel of alveoli and that of the nephron. Okay, so we will try to see that what is the common between the extensive network of blood vessel of around the wall of alveoli and in the glomerulus. So what are the different options here? First one, thick walled arteries richly supplied with blood. Second, thin walled veins. Thin walled vein poorly supplied with blood. Then thick walled capillaries poorly supplied with blood. Then thin walled capillary richly supplied with blood. So here first of all, it must not be thick walled. Capillaries are always thin walled. So thin walled capillaries are there. They used to supply blood. And obviously so the answer will be the thin walled capillary. See, in case of the alveoli, even in case of the nephron, what is the thing that we will find here? That there are the exchange of the material occur in the glomerulus of the nephron also, and even in the blood vessels of the alveoli. In both of the cases, the wall the blood vessel wall is really thin. It is because of the capillaries, and that will help in the exchange of the material that will take place in alveoli and the nephron in both. And obviously for that the wall should be thin walled, and thin wall it will be of a capillaries. So the correct option here it will be, that is the thin walled capillaries richly supplied with the blood is responsible for the exchange of the material here. Okay, so answer will be the fourth one. Now let us see. Plant use completely different process for excretion as compared to animal. Which one of the following processes is not followed by plants for excretion? So plant actually uses the different types of a process for excretion as compared to that of the animals. And out of the given options, which one is not a type of an excretion, or which is not followed by the plant for excretion? So the first one is that they can get rid of excess of water by transpiration. Yes, that is the correct option, student, because you know that through the process of the transpiration with the help of the stomata which is present on the surface of the leaf, the excess amount of the water will be evaporated. So the first option is the correct one. Then the second one, they secretly filter toxic substance through their leaves. This is not a correct option, student, that there is no such kind of a toxic substances will be released through the leaves. No, that is a wrong answer. Waste product are stored as resin and gums in old xylem. Yes, resin and gums are what? This is the part of the xylem. Earlier also we have seen that the xylem, yes, these are the two, resin and gums, which comes from that of the xylem. These are the dead xylem only, and they do not take part in the transportation of the water and mineral. So answer, it will be the resin and gums in the old xylem. That is the correct one. Then they secrete waste substances into the soil around them. Yes, that is also a correct, that they used to release the waste material through that of the roots through the soil which is present around it. Here the correct option in which one is not following by the plant for excretion is the second one, where they selectively filter the toxic substances through their leaves. Now let us move on and see the next question. If the power of a lens is minus 4D, then it means that lens is a, see here, power of the lens is given, student, and we know that power is equals to what? Power here, it is minus 4 diopter, and power is inversely proportional to that of the focal length. So let us see what will be the formula which will be formed here. So since here power is what? It is in a diopter. So it will be, in case of a centimeter, it will be 100 by F centimeter. So when we will divide it 100 by 4, it will become minus 25 centimeter. Otherwise, see here, power is equals to 1 by F. Here power is equals to minus 4 is equals to 1 by F. So 1 by F is equals to 1 by minus 4. That will be equals to 0.15. That is not possible. So we will going to convert it into 100 centimeter. Now power will be equals to 100 upon F in centimeter, because the answer that has came here in meter or centimeter only. Now when you will divide it through it, so power is already given here, so we will see through focal length here. So focal length will be equals to 1 by P or 100 by P. Now 100 divided by minus 4, and when we will divide it, we will get the answer, that is minus 25 centimeter. So the fourth one will okay, here are two minus 25 centimeter. One is a concave lens. Now since the focal length is what? It is negative, and we know that the negative focal length occur only when the lens is what? It is a concave lens. So the option which is correct here is the concave lens of focal length. It is minus 25 centimeter. Okay. Now see, rays from sun converge at a point 15 centimeter in front of a concave mirror. Where should an object be placed so that the size of the image is equals to size of the object. Now you see here in this question, the rays from the sun, it converges at a point 15 centimeter in front of a concave mirror. So when a parallel beam of a light is coming towards that of the center of the curvature, towards the concave mirror, then it converges at 15 centimeter. Now here the conversion, you know that in case of a mirror only, students, if we take here mirror, in a case of a concave mirror, this is a concave mirror, when a parallel beam of a light fall on a surface and meets or converges at a point, that is the focus only. So the distance from that of the point from where the rays converges to that of the mirror is 15 centimeter. So this time the mirror will be what? The focal length will be what? That will be 15 centimeter. Okay, so the rays from the sun, it converges at a point that is 15 centimeter in front of a concave mirror. So F will be 15 centimeter. Now since the convergence is occurring and this convergence occurring in front of the mirror, that's why the focal length is here, it will be minus 15 centimeter. Okay, focal length is what? That is minus 15 centimeter. So where should, now see here we have understood what is the focal length. Now where should an object be placed so that the size of its image is equals to size of the object? So where we must keep the object so that the size of the image, it will be equals to size of the object. Obviously we know that we used to keep the, whenever we used to keep the object at the center of the curvature, the size of the object will be equals to the size of the image itself. So what will be the center of curvature? So suppose in the mirror, if this is the focal length, so you know that just double of that will be the center of curvature. So if focal length is what? That is 15 centimeter. So center of curvature will be equals to 30 centimeter. Okay. So 30 centimeter. So where it will be? Now let us see the option here. So the option is 30 centimeter in front of the mirror, 15 centimeter in front of the mirror, between 15 centimeter and 30 centimeter in front of the mirror, and more than 30 centimeter in front of the mirror. Obviously answer will be what? A. That is the correct option, that is 30 centimeter in front of the mirror. Okay, so 15 centimeter in front of the mirror, if the object is kept there, so the center of curvature where the image will be formed, and that will be 30 centimeter in front of the mirror. In which of the following group of organism food material is broken down outside the body and then absorbed in? Mushroom, green plants, amoeba. Yeast, mushroom, bread mold, paramecium, amoeba, cuscuta, lice and tapeworm. Here we have to see the group of organisms are given here. Food material, which is to be broken outside the body and then it is absorbed in. So food is broken outside, it will be by that of the fungus, and basically here we will see that yeast, mushroom and bread mold, these all are the material where the food is broken down outside and then it will be absorbed in. So here the answer, it will be the second one only, yeast, mushroom and bread mold. In a person, the tubule part of the nephron is not functioning at all. What will its effect be on urine formation? So a person is there, tubule part of the nephron is there, which is not working properly, which is not functioning at all. So what kind of an effect will be there on a urine formation if the tubule is not working in case of nephron? Urine, it will be not formed. No, urine will be formed here. So this is a wrong option. Quality and quantity of the urine is unaffected. That is, tubule is not working. That is also a wrong one. Urine is more concentrated. No, urine is more diluted. Yes, urine will be more diluted, student, because the tubule part is basically what it used to take the excess amount of a basically it is there in order to provide the dilution. So we can say here that fourth will be the correct, that the thing which will be affect that urine will be more diluted in the tubule part, because the tubule is there, it used to take the water reabsorption occur. In case of a tubule, actually reabsorption occur. So that reabsorption will not take place properly, and due to which the urine will be more diluted. So the option, it will be the fourth option. Urine is more diluted. Urine is more diluted here. If the real image of the candle flame formed by a lens is 3 times the size of the flame, and the distance between the lens and the image is 80 centimeter, at what distance should the candle be placed from the lens? Now see here, a real image of the candle flame is formed by a lens that is 3 times the size of the flame, and the distance between the lens and the image is 80 centimeter. So here magnification is given, student, and this magnification will be equals to m will be equals to -3. Why is it so? Because here it is 3 times and real image is talking about. So real image, it means -3. Magnification is given here. The distance between the lens and the image is 80 centimeter. It means the distance of the image is given, that is 80 centimeter. V is given here. Now, at what distance should the candle be placed from the lens? We have to find the object distance. So, we are knowing the magnification, we are knowing the image distance, we have to calculate the object distance. And we know that the formula for calculating the magnification is equals to what? Image distance upon object distance. Image distance is given here and magnification is given here. So we can rearrange it and write it U is equals to V upon M. Now let us see here. U is equals to M. M magnification is -3 and the distance from the lens to the image, it will be equals to what? That will be it will be U is equals to 80. 80 centimeter is what? That is the distance of the image. -3. -3 will be what? That is the magnification. So answer, you can see here the fourth option is already given, -80 upon 3. So it can be -80 upon 3 or it can be 80 upon -3 or it can be -80 upon 3. So correct option, it will be D here. Now here as you can see a picture is given. So while looking at the above diagram, Nalini concluded the following. The image of the object be virtual one. The reflected ray will travel along the same path as the distance ray but in opposite direction. The image of the object will be inverted, and this is a concave mirror and hence the focal length will be negative. These are some of the statement and we have to find it which one is correct. So the first one, the image of the object will be virtual one. No. The image will be formed, it will be, see, the object is kept between focus and that of the center of curvature, and when the object is kept at a center of curvature and focus, the image will be formed beyond center of curvature in front of the mirror. So the image will not be the virtual one, but it will be the real one. Okay, so we can say here that the first statement is wrong. Now let us see the second one. The reflected ray will travel along the same path as the incident ray, but in opposite direction. The image of the object will be inverted. This is a concave mirror and hence the focal length will be negative. So the second one, that the reflected ray will travel along the same path, that is the correct statement, student. Even the third and fourth also, the object, it will be inverted. Obviously, if the image is not virtual, if it is a real, so the image will be real as well as inverted. Concave mirror is there, so yes, the focal length will also be negative. So out of this, you can see here option C, that 2, 3 and 4 is the correct statement than the other one. Now see here, medium 1 to medium 2. So what happened? When the light ray falls from medium 1 to medium 2, it changes the direction, bend it towards the normal. Then from medium 2 to medium 3, it moves little bit away from that of the normal. And in medium from 3 to 1, we will find that it do not change. There is no such kind of a refraction when it moves from medium 3 to medium 4. Now let us see here. In the above diagram, the light is traveling through different medium, and it is noted by scientists that angle 1 is equals to angle 3 is equals to angle 4, but angle 2 and angle 1 is greater than 2. Which of the following statement would be correct? Medium 1 is the denser medium than third, but its density is equal to medium 2. This is the first one. Then medium 2 is a rarest medium. Then medium 3 is denser than 1. And then medium 1 and 3 are essentially the same medium, but medium 2 is denser than the medium 3. So you can see here that out of these following statements, the statement 4 is the correct option, in which the medium 1 and 3 are actually the same, but in case of a medium 2, it is more denser than medium 3 here. It is because of that in both of the cases you will find that the light is bending towards the normal as it passes from the one medium to that of the other medium. Now the refractive index of a flint glass. So the refractive indexes of a flint glass is what? It is 1.65, and that for alcohol is 1.36. So refractive indexes of the glass as well as of the alcohol is given here. What is the refractive index of the flint glass and with respect to alcohol? So you can see here the refractive index of the flint glass the refractive index is equals to refractive index of the flint glass upon refractive index of alcohol, and the refractive index of a glass is given 1.65, and that of alcohol it is given 1.36. So what we will do in order to find the refractive index, so 1.65 upon 1.36, when we will cancel both of them, it will give an answer 1.21. Okay, so here the answer it will be the second one, that is 1.21. And how does this came? It came as we are going to find the refractive index from the glass to water with respect to alcohol, sorry. So obviously the glass refractive index is 1.65 and alcohol is 1.36. By this we are able to calculate the refractive indexes. Okay, so this is how we can find the refractive index from one substance with respect to the other one. Okay.